All right, hello, welcome back to another wee bit of video. Today's video, you see the title, and to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of comments, I've seen a lot of discussions, but the Luka hate is way, and I mean way overblown. I'm not here to defend necessarily the complaining, the foul baiting, but what I'm here to say is for some people just to even think for a second that the Lakers don't have some top 5, arguably top 3 player in the league, to me is just, it's crazy. People are talking about the defense, how this Laker team, you know, is never going to win with Luka. Like I've seen some crazy takes. It blows my mind because we all know how good he is when he's healthy. We all know how good he is when he's locked in, and he's leading the league in points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 8.6 assists. Yes, there are problems like this, and I'm going to show you a low light here. This gets on people's nerves, and I respect that, and I understand it, and I agree with it. Luka goes up, he starts complaining, he gets back way too late. Oh, guess what? Freaking and one right here because of a 4-on-5. Like, I get those kinds of issues. That makes sense to me. You're allowed to be mad about that. This is the comment I'm talking about right here. Damn, Nico is going to end up right. And then this one, Nico was always half right. The stupidity was not getting a lot more back for Luka. What do you mean even half right? What are we doing to say, oh, Luka isn't... What do you mean even half right? Like, what are we talking about? Seriously, like, all of a sudden, Luka's value has just dipped. Like, oh, God, I can't. I mean, people are acting like the Lakers have a horrible record or something. Like, Luka is a serious problem for this team. No. The Lakers, just in case people didn't know, are number 1 in field goal percentage. While Luka himself isn't an efficient scorer, he gives so much easy looks for his teammates, and he still scores 32 points per game anyway. Lakers record 34-23, and that's with all the injuries of Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Luka Doncic. I mean, seriously, I don't understand how, you know, we can talk about Luka and suddenly think, well, this guy just isn't what he used to be, or blah, blah, blah. And it's just, he's leading the league in scoring. And then, of course, you talk about defense. And look, listen, let's go over this real quick. Let's acknowledge this right now. Luka is not a great defender. By no means is he a great defender or even a good defender. But he's so good on one end of the floor that you can make up for the other end of the floor with right roster construction. But then if you look at the Lakers roster construction, you have to understand they traded for Luka, you know, when they didn't think they'd get him. And so the team was built around LeBron and AD, not around having the, you know, mindset of Luka is here. So if we go through just all these names, right, where are the true 3-and-D players, right? Marcus Smart, solid defender, good hustler. He's not a 3-and-D player. He just doesn't hit threes at a high enough clip. Austin Reeves, insanely good offensive player. He's not a defensive player. Luke Kennard, solid shooter, right? Really good shooter, I should say. Not a good defensive player. You go into this issue of where is the defense coming from? Rui doesn't play defense like that. Dalton Connect, really good 3-point shooter. He doesn't play defense like that. LeBron James, when he is locked in for a possession, he can play phenomenal defense. But over the course of an entire game, he's 41. You can't pin that all on him. And again, we continue to ask, where is the defense coming from? Jared Vanderbilt, great defender. Problem is that he can't shoot. So the guys that need to be here for, you know, the purpose of 3-and-D, they're not here. So the roster construction is just not built for, you know, a Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves kind of roster. Then you also have to talk about Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves, you know, when those 3 guys are together. And I've seen the net ratings, and don't get me wrong, net ratings aren't everything. If you're not familiar with that stat, it's essentially how good are these guys when they're playing together, how better is the team when this guy specifically is not on the court. So you can't take net ratings as an end-all be-all because the Boston Celtics have a higher net rating when Jaylen Brown is off the court, right? So it's not an end-all be-all. Clearly, because Jaylen Brown is the best player in the Boston Celtics. It's not even a question. They're better with Jaylen Brown. They're contenders with Jaylen Brown. Without him, they're not. So it's not an end-all be-all stat. However, the eye test tells me this. What does the numbers tell me? The numbers also tell me this. Okay, so there's kind of a trend going on. But if you look at what Windhorse says, and there's a lot of people who would agree with this, I would half agree, and I'll show you what I mean soon. But when Luka, LeBron, and Reeves play together, they're just not a good team. When it's just Reeves and Luka out there, the Lakers are an excellent team. When all three of them play out there, they're not. It's actually a 20-point difference. What I would say is they need more time together, right? There just hasn't been a lot of games this season where they've genuinely had the time together. 2, the other 2 players need to be 3-and-D players, or the center in particular needs to be very physical, rebound-centric, and he can finish at the rim, which DeAndre, and you don't know what you're getting from him on any given night. And Rui, he'd be the other starter in this equation. He needs to play defense to make, LeBron, Luka, and Reeves kind of work, and he doesn't. So now you're just having, on any given night, you can have 5 not good defenders. And on a really, really good night, you're getting 3 elite players, one really good shooter, and a center who's able to finish at the rim and rebound on the best night possible. But it just fluctuates too much. I mean, we can go through the comments all day. Thinking Basketball just looked at the numbers recently. I think they were all bad. I think they were bad with all 3. Good with Luka solo and Bron solo. Elite with Luka and Reeves together, and bad with Bron, one of the other 2. I don't remember if they said the solo Reeves numbers. What I can tell you is this guy is on the money. It's the result of all 3 being poor defenders. I'm not going to say LeBron's a poor defender because, again, he can really kick it up a gear when they need it from him. But at his age, he's not doing it for an entire course of a game. And then you have to take into account Luka's just not a good defender. And Reeves, he tries a bit more, but he's just small. Hard to play 3 guys who play no defense together regardless of the offensive output. And that's just the blatant truth. I think they could be better, and especially in those clutch situations, because then you have a locked-in LeBron, you know what I mean? And Luka will be less lackadaisical on defense. There's reasons why they're just outright better in the clutch, because every possession matters and they can go crazy, on the offensive side. But just throughout a course of a game, it can be a problem, and I understand that. However, throughout all of this, I just don't understand how you could say Luka is not, one of the best players in the world. Luka, oh my God, like the Lakers are screwed, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's been a lot of outlandish takes. And I know you might be at home watching this and thinking, dude, everyone's going to have an opinion. People are just going to say stupid shit like that, or shit that just might not make sense because there's so many NBA fans. And I get it. The problem is it's been getting some traction. So I'm kind of just responding like, dude, look at the roster construction. Look at the starting 5. What makes you think that, this is a roster built around Luka? It's really not. And even with all that being said, they're still 34-23. They're still right in the mix for the 3 seed, right? They're 1.5 game behind from the 3 seed. The West is so tight, and the Lakers could win 3 games in a row, and all of a sudden the narratives are, oh my God, Luka Doncic so good, Austin Reeves so good, LeBron so good. You know what I mean? It's just, it fluctuates so much. And I get that there's a lot of frustration with this team. I get that the complaining with Luka really just, it hurts, especially if you're a Laker fan. It's not ideal. However, you can't look at all the bad. We have to look at, okay, the complete roster from top to bottom. Is this a Luka built roster? No. And for those of you who are thinking, okay, dude, you're saying all this stuff, but, I get Luka as the leading scorer in the league, but show me, why is Luka worth it? And look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to show you some highlights. And look at this finals run. And look at these Luka moments.
Doncic. Gonna let fly. I'll tell you, we've seen some real agility out of the big fella in this series. Doncic 3, left right over, and Edwards. Edwards gets it to go. Chance for 3.
Here he goes here in the second quarter here. 24 in the first. His
those in the first half.
Good balance, good control there by Brown.
6 in the game for the third-year player from Missouri. How about Luka going back to work?
And having words with that Clippers bench.
A minute remaining in this game. Luka gets through the defenders. Powers up. Score it. 72 for number 77.
Here's upfield. Doncic maneuvers for the lead. Got it! What a shot!
It goes without saying that this guy is just elite. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care whatever the narratives are. If you surround him with players who can help make up for his lack of defense, you have all the talent in the world on offense to take over a game, and he can give you 32 on a regular, right? And that's what he's averaging. And on the really bad nights like this Magic game, he still dropped 25. Again, a lot of bad moments. I'll be the first to tell you. But when someone's worst is 25, damn, okay, that's going to go a long way for sure. It will. It's just the reality of it. I mean, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, other star players, their worst isn't 25. Luka is the answer for this organization. The question is can this organization give him, and build around him the players that would allow this team to be a finals contender? We've seen Luka carry a team to the finals. We've seen it. It happened. I just showed you some highlights. So let me know what you guys think. Luka hate is overblown. Yes, there are things that are very frustrating. I understand it. As a basketball fan, totally get it. And I'm not denying those things. But to say some of the stuff that people are saying that Nico Harrison was right, nah, man. Or even half right, nah, man. Get out of here. We're not doing that. I greatly appreciate you guys for watching. Though, if you feel like, subscribe, it goes a long way to help the channel. As always, this is Ollie Been Different. Always been different. And we out.